Actually, I think from information in the public space, the issues of financing had actually been taken care of. The projected cost for resuscitation was 1.4 billion.
The youths are the future leaders of any nation, but with the expectation that the baton is appropriately handed over to them. Nations need to leverage on that to get the full potentials that accrue in them, even to generations yet unborn. The 12th day of the month of August every year is set aside by the United Nations as a day to internationally celebrate the youth globally. And so, for this year's celebration with the theme, Intergenerational Solidarity, Creating a World for All Ages, it is expected to carry along all ages for the growth and development for the sustenance of the world at large. Solidarity across generations is key for sustainable development, says the United Nations. Therefore, the collaboration to foster successful and equitable intergenerational relations and partnerships to ensure no one is left behind is the way to go. Why intergenerational solidarity and concern for future generations? The UN has observed this to be a challenge, hence the call to tackle all global issues, among which ageism is one which cuts across and has bearings on both older and the younger generations around the world. Now, to navigate through these submissions as the International Youth Day is marked, are two individuals with me in the studio who have been offering their voices to advocate for youths and government interventions for development. My name is Lydia Odijoche. We'll be back in a moment. Joining me to discuss 2022 International Youth Day, first of all, is Director General Committee of Youths on Mobilization and Sensitization, CYMS, Comrade Obinna Nwaka. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, ma. Thank you for having me. It's my pleasure.
Guess who we have in the studio? Director, Socials and Empowerment, CYMS, Ambassador Tonto Dike. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Glad to have you.
Glad to be here.
Congratulations for this special day for the youth. But as the theme implies, let me start with you. Let me start. I'll be gender sensitive. Intergenerational solidarity, creating a world for all ages. What are we looking at? Why this theme?
I think, like you said, it's all about creating generational world for everyone, especially the youth. It's more or less carrying the youth along and, you know, making our voices heard as one, as unity. That's what it is.
All right. Now, why was this theme, intergenerational solidarity, creating a world for all ages? Why was this theme picked?
I think first and foremost is I would like to commend the SDG and also the United Nations for coming up with this theme for this year. They have observed that one of the challenges I've been having when it comes to area of development, sustainability goal, and also economic sustainability in the nation, as the bridge has been the lack of intergenerational solidarity.
Okay.
Why is it that you see when somebody wants to have a vision of implementing a project or carrying a kind of particular programs, sometimes age might become a very big challenge to short person. And it becomes a very big challenge to those people to transform or to transmit such idea to the younger generation, to the younger person to implement. You can see that those same things have also implies in governance, especially here in Nigeria. You will see a governor takes over the power, he or she abandons the project of the previous administration. So that is what the United Nations is trying to make us understand.
Okay.
That solidarity is very key. You don't look at what to stand to get, you look at what to stand to do to benefit the younger generation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Tonto, let me come to you. With a population of over 200 million people, roughly about 60% of that population is the youth. What is this nation's economy lacking as regards the youth?
Well, if majority of the population of the country is the youth, I think it's only fair that the youth are included in policy and decision making in the country. Yes, carrying them along in such sensitive area and decision capacity, it's key.
And of course, we know that
because we face the problem, so we know our problem better than they would tell us what our problem is.
And of course, our youth, if they say that we're 60%, and most of them, if we talk about issues of unemployment,
it affects
youth
us more.
restiveness,
It
and all
affects
that,
us more, yeah.
insecurity, job. Now, what can you say is the reason why our youth of this day, you see a lot of things on the social media, Yahoo, internet fraud. How did we get to this level?
Well, the truth is, it is said that an idle mind is a devil's workshop. I think all of this has been a generation of unemployment, insecurity. So, once you do not have anything to do, you start to seek other means to do it. I was talking to somebody yesterday, and they said something. Said, you know, I just noticed that the amount of robbery on this particular road has been so much lately. I said, do you know why? I said, because I believe that, you know, if the people who ran away from prison had to go to any part of the state, these are the kind of places that they would go to reside. So what am I saying? Because we have not been given so much to do, actually, in terms of abilities to create, more like work.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, let me come to you. Let's talk about value reorientation. Do you think there's a need to go back to the family? That is, go back to the family, talking about the family unit, where, of course, children get the first knowledge about life. Has the family failed because of what we're seeing today?
Well, to me, sorry, I missed one thing. I forgot to chair of Nigerian youths. Happy 2022 International Day to Nigerian youth. They are watching us. I'd like to go back to your question. You know, the family is the smallest unit in the society. And, you know, when it comes to primary stage of socialization, you cannot take the family out from your development. And the family has a very important role, a very vital and indispensable role to play in bringing up a child to make them a responsible person in the society. And if you know, as a child, as an upbringing, we are all helpless. We are just like helpless organisms. So that process of socialization makes us to understand the values of life, makes us to understand the importance of life. No, but just like what we are seeing in today's society, you see people carry out arms, involving ourselves into undemocratic and uncontrolled activity.
Cultism, there's no value for human life.
They were not born to hate each other.
Yes.
They were not born to do all those things. But they learned from it, from the society, from the family. Maybe one person or the other have influenced them from their own family. And you know, one thing about this generation is what you learn from your family, it can easily influence you as a man. You will see some people outside there today, they see them beating their wife, their sisters, and others. They learned it from their father, from their family. Their father those days used to beat their mother in their own parents. They see those things as a norm. And whatever you put into practice, especially those bad areas, it becomes a norm. When it becomes a norm, it becomes a usual practice in the society. I think the family, as a smaller unit in the society, have a very huge role to play in our society today, especially in the life of young people and Nigerians at large. Okay,
Tonto, let me come to you. Let's talk about the girl child. You know, during the COVID-19 pandemic, people were made to stay at home, and then we started seeing a lot of rape cases. things that we were not really noticing in the society, we started seeing them. Rape, incest, a lot of things were happening. Now, as we celebrate this day, what can you say about the girl child and empowerment of the girl child?
Well, I'll first of all come to what you just said earlier on. Yes, we saw a lot of crimes show up during COVID-19, but I'll tell you the truth, that's not the stats or the pinpoint of the crime. It's because around COVID-19, we were all locked up with our predators. We're all locked up with our assaulters, we're locked up with our loved ones, we're locked up with our molesters. We were forced to face their circumstances. So the high rate of it escalated because people started to shout. The only way we had our voice heard was not to go to the street anymore, was to use the internet. So the internet became a tool for help, for cry for the girl child. Now, how we can help the girl child? I believe, I'm one person who believes that once you help a woman, you have helped a multitude of people, because women are natural nurturers. So I believe that putting in so much, investing more into the girl child will be key. I see that in some parts of our country, we don't even educate our girl child. Why? Because they'll tell you, oh, she's going to get married anyway. So it doesn't really matter. You know, so even if you try to go to school and say, oh, don't mind her, she can go to all the schools that she wants, she's still going to be someone's wife. You know, we have to change the mentality. You see, it has to start from here before it can be able to show out. We have to change the mentality of how we see the girl child. Do we see the girl child as just the weaker sex? Do we see the girl child as just the child that's supposed to be at the back room? Do we see the girl on the kitchen? That's fine, I'm at the back room. Yeah, what do you see the girl child as? The power that you give the girl child is how you look at her. We as a society have to do better to come together and look at the girl child just as equal as a boy child. We are not fighting a space and say, oh, you know, I'm a man, as a woman, I'm a man. No, we only just want our voices to be heard. Equality, and that's the thing. Give women free chances to explore, to learn, to live, and most especially to be educated.
Wonderful, thank you. Now, Obinna, as a committee set to assist the government to evaluate, monitor, and mobilize our teeming youth on government policies and programs, what have your body been able to put across for the youth since its inception?
When it comes to that question, I think we have done a lot, even more than some of these agencies that have been put aside from the state and from the federal government. Considering the fact that we don't have that budget, we are yet to be integrated officially with subvention monthly. But in our own part, apart from the mandate, promoting the policy program of the federal government and those modalities, we have done a lot since the inspection of this organization. If I start from giving you the track record of our empowerment and our activity, I don't think 2 hours will be enough for us to express this aspect. But let us start from what we've been able to do just this year. Just this year, we've been able to facilitate a lot of empowerment for young people. The essence of that empowerment, we believe that empowerment, economic empowerment, will aid the political empowerment. Where you are not empowered economically, it will affect your political involvement in the society, especially the country where we find ourselves. So we'll give them basic empowerment opportunities, like those people who are into non-export product, made in Nigeria products. This year we've taken some Nigerians, introduced them to international communities with our partners with OYTC. We're also in collaboration with Nigerian Export Promotion Council and Federal Ministry of Trade and Investment. Yeah, some of them have explored those opportunities in Houston. Now the first exhibition program I've held successfully last month. Now we are planning to embark on the second edition, which is coming up at first week of October. And I'm sure the Federal Ministry of Foreign Affairs, U.S. Embassy, Trade and Investment, even the NTA, they are also involved in this project. And I'm sure when I mentioned that, that's why you pick so much interest in that aspect. And secondly, we've been able to make sure that we assist the National Youth Service Corps, in the sense that we know there are so many agencies today, they have been rejecting a lot of corpers because they don't have that strength. They don't have the opportunity to accommodate staff strength in their offices. What we do is to assist the Nigerian, the National Youth Corps by also admitting some of these corpers that have been rejecting in one of these ministry department and agency. so that we can give them a sense of belonging, for them to understand the need for them to be part of the federal government policy. And for so God so kind, we've been able to be officially integrated. We are working directly with the Office of Senior Special Assistant with Mr. President, in the sense that we want to nurture Nigerian youth, for them to understand that there's no need to be far from a government policy. Not that during the election you will see them, they will say this is APC administration, PDP administration. If we bring empower opportunity, they will say no, this is meant for PDP, this is meant for APC. No, so no, this is our country. This is not electionary period. Please come on board and be part of government policy. Many of them don't know. That is why every month or every quarter of the year we organize national and monthly policy dialogue where we interrogate issue, proffer solutions to the federal government, so that we know their areas of intervention. So we have done a lot since this year.
That's quite impressive. We'll talk some more after this time out. Don't go away.
This is NTA News 24 broadcasting from Abuja. You can watch us anywhere, anytime on the following platforms.
Start Times Channel 101, Freak TV Channel 703, GSTV Channel 419, and Go TV Channel 46.
For more information, log on to our website www.nta.ng or join us on our social media handles, Facebook at NTA News 24.
For comments, suggestions and inquiries, send an email to news24@nta.gov.ng or call us on the following numbers.
NTA News 24,
news and more news.
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. The program is still Nigeria Today, and I'm still with my guest, Director General for the Committee of Youth on Mobilization and Sensitization, Comrade Obinna Nwaka, and the Director of Socials and Empowerment, Ambassador Tonto Dike. We are discussing 2022 International Youth Day. Now, Tonto, in time past, the youth have been seen and used as instruments of unholy activities, especially in politics, elections and all that. Now, with the coming of your body at the center to mediate, have you been able to dislodge negative ideas or disabuse their minds from how they've been used before, and let the youth see why they should be involved in government policies?
Yeah, most definitely. If you see what's happening in the country today, you would know that everybody wants change, the right change. The youth are rallied round for change. So they understand that they have been used in the past so many times and previously, but now the change that they seek, they know that it is from their voice being heard. It is from their PVC. So that's why you see almost every celebrity in Nigeria today throwing a PVC party. A PVC party is not just a party to come and dance. It's a party to actually sensitize these people and actually mobilize them to get their PVC. Not specifically preaching party, but say, we're preaching your rights. So that's what we have been doing. Aside our party, so many other people too have actually done that.
Okay, Obinna, of course every Nigerian is concerned about the lingering ASU strike. Of course the youths are now left to their own devices. How would you react to this?
This issue is very saddening. As in, if we leave here today, we don't talk about the issue of ASU strike. That means we as youth leaders, that means we are not adding our voice towards these issues that are confronting the future of Nigeria tomorrow. Even the last call I received before coming here today, one of the students called me that she has finished her IT, but there's no way she will go back to school because the strike is still on. Now, we know that this issue of ASU strike has been on even before this administration came on board. But we know that it is saddening, just like I said, there's not too much we can do for now as youth leaders, as CYMS, other than to appeal to federal government and also for them to come together and see how they can call off this track, not just for their own interest, but for the interests of the people. They are coming up a policy to take over from their own position tomorrow. If this strike continues, the future of our students tomorrow cannot be properly guaranteed.
We already have
spending 6 years in institution when they're supposed to spend 4 years in institution is very alarming.
We already have 40% of them already involved in crimes because of this.
So it is worrisome. So we are not happy.
We believe that both parties will come together and
I think
the
people that even need to move for this dialogue I think it is the ASU. There are some things you will bend. There are some things you have to even do away with just to make sure that you come to the compromise because of the people you mentor, the people you teach, the people that as they come close to you in every institution. So I think they are the ones that are supposed to show more concern than the government, because the people in the government today, in the authority, any moment from now, they will be leaving the office. It's not a permanent office that they hold, but the lecturers, they will still remain around the institution. So I think we are making this appeal to the ASU to come to the table, dialogue, and see how they can reach a compromise to resolve this issue.
Okay, now Tonto, let me ask you, do you think Nigerian youth should take center stage in leadership of this country?
Well, I think it is time for them to join the leadership board. When you say take center stage, it's like taking all of it. I think we're still in the learning process. We still need to look up to some people. We still need people to actually teach us. So we would not, I would not sit down here and tell you that we are 100% ready.
Okay, we're not ready.
But everybody who is in power today started from our age. I'm 37. At least DSP, who was the first governor of my state, started from 21. So who's to say that it's not time for us to start? That's what I'm saying.
So tell the youth they are listening.
Yeah, they know they're ready. They are ready.
Okay, now, Obina, the day is for the youth to be celebrated globally. What would be your heart's desire and advice for the youth, especially the ones in Nigeria?
My heart desire is that for the youth to continue to be law-abiding, citizen, hardworking, to be resilient in their meaningful activities and job. If you look at what is going on today, the killings, the people who are mostly involved in these activities are the young people. If you look at the statistics of those people caught during the attack, they are young people. 37, 30-something. That within that age bracket.
It was 18.
So my message for them today is, and what is going to gladden my heart is that this same awareness they have taken, they should not take this awareness of their active involvement in PVC. They should also channel that energy in ensuring that they participate actively during the election. They should support themselves. If you look at the theme of this year's International Youth is that solidarity.
Yes, solidarity.
That solidarity is very, very important. We are having this challenge in Nigeria. The youth, they hardly support themselves. And if the youth can come together to support themselves, we will be in the forefront of leadership. We will be controlling the political corridor.
Okay, Tonto, I still throw that question to you. What would be your heart's desire or final advice to youth concerning the ones in Nigeria?
Well, my Director General has said it all, but I'd just like to add a few things. I am very particular about the healthy participant of female beings in the society. So I would urge females to stand up in your numbers. We have been told that the other room is where we're supposed to be, but we know that we have more to give. And it is time for us to give more. It's time for our voices to be heard. It's time for us to actually bring out what it is that we really are, nurturers and leaders. And we are leaders, and there are leaders out there. It is time for you to stand up. So one of the reasons why I went into politics to run ourselves, it's not because I want to challenge anybody. I keep saying that. I say it's not because I want to challenge anybody, it's because I'm the best, or it was just me that was there. It is actually an encouragement for all the people, people who see themselves more worthy. To say, you know what, if she can do it, I can do it. And there's so many women out there who I believe in, who I look at and I just say that, you know, this will make a good leader. In fact, their leaders already just need a platform to be able to lead. And yeah, more women inclusive. Yeah.
All right.
Let's talk to our leaders.
Well, thank you. That's what you can take on the program. Time is up. So I want to thank my guests who have been Comrade Obinna Nwaka, Director General, and Ambassador Tonto DK, Director of Social and Empowerment, all from the Committee of Youth on Mobilization and Sensitization, CYMS. And we have been discussing the 2022 International Youth Day, and it has been quite interesting and informative. Thank you both for your time and insights.
Thank you.
And to our viewer back home, thank you. And remember, you can watch this and other episodes of the program at www.youtube.com/NTN24hub. I am Lydia Odijochi. Hope to see you next week again. Goodbye.
Thank you.